Hello again, I'm John Lockdown. Another week, another holiday t-shirt. It's the 61st birthday of the club today, I am told. Richard Baracus' father-in-law tells me it's Richard's birthday. Happy birthday, Richard. And it's also Nico's birthday. Happy birthday, Nico. We're now up to 2016-2017 with the photographs, so we only have one more week left before we do the film review of this season. If you want to take part, either give me a call, send me an email, we'll arrange a socially distanced interview with you. That's assuming you're not living in Australia. If you're living in Australia, thanks for watching. I believe the rugby league's back on. Cheers. So Derek's got his starting flag for us. Steve Clark's in the press box, armed with his pen. Here are his words. The 2016-17 season saw Paul Newall take over as president, while Kevin Ledbetter became the new first team captain. There was also a new man in charge, new in inverted commas, with Lee McDermott returning as head coach, supported by Ben Glover, Andy McIntosh and Andy Ayres. The first team will be competing in South Lancs Cheshire 1 for the first time in 5 years, and what a competitive division it proves to be. The Red and Blacks found the competition tough going at times, but they were able to arrest their decline to end the campaign with a 50-50 win-lose ratio and finish in 7th position in the table. It might not have been obvious at the time, but this was the year that laid the foundation for the current successful side. If you look through these photographs, you see the emergence of many of the players who you saw in the opening clip striding out at Didsbury Tock H, thinking that nothing could spoil the season.
There were too many years under spells of light as the
Of course, 2016-17 predated the current ADM Lancashire League. In those days, Ali Cadouz could be expected to dash away on jet-set travel, be wined and dined in the tax haven that is the Isle of Man. But in some ways, Kevin Ledbetter becoming captain was symbolic of a change. It ended the business of one season, one skipper, and he introduced a family atmosphere. His father could see no problem. Another problem solver who came along, new President-elect Steve Morris. With work coming on apace at the club, inside and outside, day and night, he formed the Tuesday morning DIY club. It's thriving today, and he set the pace with food and wine then. And back to the words of Steve Clark. Elsewhere, the second and third teams both had excellent seasons. Not only did they reach the semi-finals of their respective cup competitions, both then went on to secure their respective league title and promotions to Division 3 South and Division 4 West. Here's the second team photographs. Again, you'll see familiar faces. The third team will be coming along later on.
So I've come here to wait for the end of it all. Till I'm gone from here. I'm gone.
1991 Lancashire Cup winning captain Paul Newall became president. His programme articles were perfect. He did jobs at the club he didn't do at home. He was always on hand to give advice. He took on the now traditional role of handing out the Man of the Match awards and thrown himself enthusiastically into all club life. Then again, he was always enthusiastic about club life. Furthermore, he promoted presidential protocol that his successors would be well advised to follow. Martin Griffiths, I hope you're watching. Old friends and colleagues came back as sponsors or referees. Some old friends came back, definitely not sponsors or referees, but definitely willing to throw themselves into all festivities. What would Christmas be without the fancy dress at the Wids? With outfits getting more extreme every year, we can just rely on the basis that this is team bonding, and team bonding is important. Well, yeah, that and bar takings as well, I suppose. So said the club treasurer, who felt obliged to join in. And what would Christmas be without the Colts Vets game? A match possibly unique to the Wids. That particular year, the Vets effectively were the third team. And now, in the words of Steve Clark, the Colts again had another decent campaign, stepping up a level mid-season, as well as narrowly losing out to Manchester in the closing moments of the Lancashire Cup final at Fleetwood. A slight setback, but they're well aware of their place at the club and their importance. And President Paul, a firm supporter of the Colts, was also a supporter of fundraisers. In this case, it was to buy vital life-saving equipment in the form of defibrillators. Familiar scene on most Sunday mornings, mini juniors playing at Heath Road. The season started with a visit from Chairman of World Rugby, Bill Beaumont, whose son plays at Sale Sharks. Sale Sharks welcomed our juniors. Steve Diamond, the manager, has had very, very close links with juniors at Metrovic Trafford and has been to the Wids for festivals himself. The support he shows for his local team is reflected in Widnes, as local businesses sponsor our mini juniors. There's strong links between the mini juniors and the Wids third team. Founded in 1991 by 3 third teamers, the present entity of the mini junior section has often had fathers rolling up to watch the children play, then decided they needed a game themselves. Equally, people have worked their way up and down the teams, had children and decided that the Wids Kids, as it used to be known, was for them. Some of them are still about. No, not these two. But here's crack with the third team trophy, and that gets us into our section of awards and presentations. Graham McLean, Lancashire Groundsman of the Year. This year's club dinner guest speaker, as well as handing out the awards, gave a masterclass in how to steal a golf trolley, a motorised golf trolley that is, and take it for a drive up the M4. Captain's Day provided a different menu. It was still a family day out, and there was still awards being presented, with a cheery smile from Kevin. Perhaps, come on Kevin, cheery smile. Please Kevin, let's have your cheery smile. Oh well. That's better. Thanks, Sarah.